everybody. It's here. It's finally here. The first day of the Denton Black Film Festival has officially begun. And in the studio with us is director of the festival, Harry Eaddy. How are you?
I'm doing great, Jake. How are you doing?
Good, good, good. Thank you very much for coming by and hanging out with us this morning.
It's my pleasure.
We've been really, really looking forward to this festival. You guys have done a lot of really cool stuff, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and better every single year. And so I figured you'd be the best guy to give us the rundown on all things DBFF this year.
Well, I will try.
Perfect. First of all, give us the rundown of what we've got going on today for people to check out, and then we'll go into some of the other stuff coming up for the rest of the week.
Great. So today we have a gentleman by the name of Harry Eaddy, who is our historian.
Okay.
So we are showing film on the early history of black cinema.
Cool.
So for those people who are very curious, I think it would be a very good discussion. He's going to talk a little bit about Oscar Micheaux, which was one of the founders of black cinema, as well as a guy by the name of Spencer Williams. And both of those guys were very prolific. Oscar Micheaux really spent a lot of time in larger cities. Mm-hmm. Spencer Williams spent a lot of time in the rural part of America, right? Cool. So he did a lot of things. And this particular guy, Harry Eaddy, has done a lot of work on Spencer Williams. In fact, some of the people may not know his name, but there was an old sitcom called Amos and Andy. Mm-hmm. He actually played Andy. That was Spencer Williams.
Cool.
But a really great guy.
Yeah.
And so we'll do that from noon until 2 o'clock.
Okay.
At UNT on the Square. So
right here.
Right here on the Square.
Awesome.
And we also tonight have an opening reception. It's open to the public. Awesome. And we'll have Vicki Meek, who was the former director of the Dallas South Cultural Arts Center.
Cool.
And she's retired from there, but she's also a visual artist. So she has a piece that is very interesting. It says, "I would be mad all the time if I had to think about it," right? Or something like that. It's really kind of interesting. I saw it, and it's kind of funny and interesting in a lot of ways, but it's very thought-provoking. So we're doing that. So we're anticipating probably about 120 to 150 people for
Awesome.
the open reception or more, depending on the weather.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Well, it's a little rainy outside, and of course we always get the questions if things are still happening, even if it gets a little rainy.
They are happening.
Everything's still happening. No
Everything
issues.
is
Nothing.
Happening.
Wonderful. Perfect. Good.
In fact, the more people, the merrier.
Love that. You heard it. You heard it here first. It's still going down. Don't let the rain deter you.
No.
Okay, so every year you guys go bigger and bigger and better with this festival, just adding more features and incredible acts and really, really cool stuff. This year has gotten what's really grabbed my attention is the Tech Expo.
Right.
Give us a little bit of info on that. We've got a couple of interviews to go really in depth with it, but give us everybody the rundown for anybody new to the concept this year.
Yeah. So the Tech Expo is an aggressive venture on our part.
Yeah.
I think technology is something that we all need to know a lot more about because it's going to impact us, whether we like it or not. So what we're hoping to do with the Expo is really do two things. One, showcase technology.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is to actually talk about what's underneath the technology.
Cool.
So professionally, I'm in the tech space.
Okay.
And usually when we talk about tech, people sell things to corporations. But if you ask someone really what does artificial intelligence mean for them, the average person doesn't really know.
Sure.
So what we're hoping to do is showcase the technology, but also really talk about the underpinning technology and why it means, something to you. So, for instance, if you had the ability to ask a question of someone, and instead of waiting weeks or, months to kind of get an answer, if you could get it based on the amount of data that's already been collected, if you could get that in a matter of seconds, that would be important to you, right? Particularly if somebody said, hey, it's a lifeline. Can you answer this question? You win $20 million. and you could actually do something in 30 seconds that would really matter to you.
Yeah.
But there are several other things I believe that people are interested in, like virtual reality, augmented reality. What do those things mean? You take a look at autonomous driving vehicles. Now, that has significant ramifications on the trucking industry because if you think about it, 5, 10 years from now,
Yeah.
you can actually have an automated vehicle driving from point A to point B. So what we're hoping to do is get a lot of people that will come through. It's free. They'll come through, take a look at the technology, ask a bunch of questions. We're really fortunate. We have other companies, but we're going to have, which we're excited about, is North Central Texas College will be there.
Cool.
Talking about a variety of areas that we think potential students would be involved in. UNT will be there. Several other corporations will be there. We're also going to do some things with hopefully a younger audience, right, in wearable tech. So
Cool.
we're going to explore that. We're going to have some kind of fashion show, right?
Cool.
And they haven't really told me what it is, but they're going to be doing that. The other thing we're going to do, which we're going to have a number of tech talks. So for those people who really want to know, we have a young lady flying in from California who's going to talk about branding, right?
Cool.
Does your brand really matter? And in fact, one of the presentations is protect your brand with your life, right? So we're going to do that, discussions on AR, VR. So just really a lot of things. We also have a guy coming in from Gearbox,
Okay.
who is one of the principal developers. So he's going to talk about diversity in development, right?
Cool.
And so for those people who play a lot of those games, he's the guy. He's one of the, I guess, few principal developers they have.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So man, this is a big addition to the fest. This is huge.
It's killing me. Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But the plan really is, 2 to 3 years, right? It's we don't have as many companies as we like, but some of that is just really understanding it. But anything that you see DBFF do, it's going to be, we introduce it the first year and then we build upon it. So it's an introduction. We have a number of really, really awesome speakers.
Yeah.
The wearable tech thing I think is very interesting and exciting, but it really speaks to, I think, Gen Zers and the millennials, right? Like, what is the world going to look like? How can I participate? So we're just hoping that middle school on up really just comes out and just, it's all free.
Yeah.
It's at the Embassy Suites. Just walk through and have a conversation with someone.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Well, and it's putting DBFF is already a first class fest, but a lot of the top of the top of the top of the top rung festivals have started adding these technology pieces, and to see DBFF doing it's just really exciting that we have this going on here in Denton. That's super cool.
Well, I think for us, there were some people who said, why don't you wait a year, right? Well, we knew that if we waited a year, then there would already be someone in place.
Sure,
right?
sure.
So we said we're going to bite the bullet and we're going to proceed. Cool. And it's really been a very good experience. I think it really is going to kind of set us up. Several people have kind of said we're more South by Southwest-like because we're a multidisciplinary platform, right? So we're trying to begin to add components that will allow people to really experience a lot of things. Someone said we probably have something like 200 events, with the festival. So the weather's going to be great this weekend.
It is.
It's already checked.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, unless the weather changes, it's going to be upper 50s,
awesome,
60 degrees. So it's really great to be able to walk around, check out, films, art, music, spoken word, comedy, and all those things.
Yeah. Well, and we've spent a lot of time on the tech, but let's go on to the other facets. I mean, you guys have, over 90 films?
93 films.
93 films.
We had 64 last year.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's quite an undertaking.
Yeah, you guys just, I'm telling you, just boom, 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 every year. So you've got all those films. You've got the music night. You've got comedy. You've got spoken word. I mean, you've got just features on features on features in this festival, which is really, really impressive. Give us some of Harry's picks. What are some of the you can't miss parts of the festival that people have got to check out?
Well, I'd say one is the Tech Expo. The other is the film. So we've been able to curate, some films from an invitational standpoint that are really outstanding films. And this is, we say it every year, but this is really the best across the board film offering we've ever had,
Cool.
because we have a film. Some people have seen Amazing Grace, the Aretha Franklin story when she was about 19 or 20. So we have that film. We have the Apollo Theater film, which has really been nominated for an Oscar.
Cool.
It's an Oscar-nominated film, so we have that film. We have a new documentary that has just come out about Toni Morrison,
Okay.
who was a Pulitzer winner several years ago, right, in journalism, but
Wow.
amazing life. She wrote several books, including Beloved, right?
Wow.
Featured by a number of artists. We have, I think just a number of really, really great films. We have about 40 plus shorts.
Wow.
Documentaries, narratives. So it's really a stellar collections of film. And every time I say, let me start talking about my films, my wife says, no, because then the other filmmakers will say, what about my film?
Sure, of course.
So I would say we just have 93 outstanding films.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Very, very cool. Well, and then
Also, we have a family-friendly film Saturday morning at 10 o'clock.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So there's stuff for the kids and the whole family. Everybody can go check it.
Everybody,
Very
including we have comedy for the kids as well.
cool. I heard about that. That's
Yeah.
really exciting.
Yeah, so 6 to 12 years old. Because one of the things that my experience in school is a little longer than some, and yours not as long. But, there were kids who were being bullied,
Sure.
right, in elementary school, middle school. So we're going to really kind of help kids do two things. If they want to learn more about comedy, we're going to teach them about comedy, how to, kind of be a little comedian, but also to kind of reduce tension and reduce some of the bullying, right, through comedy.
Very cool.
And so we're hoping to do that. And also there may be some young men and young women who want to just come out and, perform comedy.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. So I'm excited about that as
That's
well.
cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, so many different things for people to get involved with, so many different things for people to check out. It's such a great festival. I won't keep you any longer because you got a lot you got to go do. But thank you so much for the time that you've given us to come by and check all of this out.
My pleasure.
Anything else people need to go check out? Websites, links, social media, all that good stuff?
So just go to DentonBFF.com. DentonBFF.com. The one thing we are doing a little different this year, we're going to have at-a-glances.
Okay.
So that will give everyone an idea of all the films, music,
Perfect.
comedy, and everything. So we'll have a number of them here,
Awesome.
as well as distributed throughout the festival. But just come on out and enjoy yourself, walk around, enjoy good food, and just have a good time.
It's going to be awesome. Guys, today is the official kickoff. You do not want to miss this. DentonBFF.com, the Denton Black Film Festival, kicking off today. And it just keeps getting better from here. So do not miss your chance to check it out. Thank you again, Harry, for coming by.
My
We
pleasure.
really
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Jake.
Stay tuned right here. We're going to have several more interviews from DBFF coming today. So don't go anywhere. Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. We want to thank our partners and sponsors who made this show possible. And now stick around for a word from all of us here at Discover Denton. Do you love live music? If so, make Denton, Texas your next vacation. Find more information at discoverdenton.com.